Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Coronavirus has turned deadly in Michigan.
Today, we received news of the first death from COVID-19 here in the state of Michigan.
Now it's shutting down our largest industry and pushing some healthcare workers to the limit.
It's not just something that lives overseas anymore. It's in our backyard.
Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 6. The coronavirus pandemic now reaching into more communities and forcing more difficult changes across the state.
The state is again confirming its first death from coronavirus, a man in his 50s with other underlying medical conditions. He died at a hospital in Wayne County. The number of Michigan cases has increased by 30 and now stands at 110.
The U.S. and Canada closing the border to non-essential travel this afternoon. The U.S. Census has suspended its field operations until April 1st. The Somerset collection closing at 7 p.m. tonight, and that closure will remain in place until at least March 27th.
Announcing the state's first COVID-19 death, Governor Whitmer expressed frustration with people who continue to congregate despite the new guidelines.
People need to take this seriously. We had someone die today because of COVID-19. There are other people that have been diagnosed that are fighting for their lives. Everyone needs to be a part of solving this so that the UAW and the big three can get up and running again, so that we can get our kids back in school, so that we can get our small businesses open again.
With the state's first coronavirus death, more people may feel a sense of urgency now to get tested.
Yeah, Beaumont Health alone screened 1,500 patients at curbside facilities yesterday, and doctors there want people to carefully consider their symptoms before coming to the hospital.
COVID-19 is in our community. It's with us. It's not just something that lives overseas anymore. It's in our backyard. And so a lot of patients who are experiencing relatively mild symptoms, who don't have underlying medical conditions, who are young and otherwise healthy, frankly, do not need to be tested because it will not change the way that we manage you from a healthcare perspective.
All right, so we return again to our Dr. Frank McGeorge. Doc, I think the question people have right now is what should I do if I think I might have it? When should I decide to get tested?
Important question, Devin. So the first question that you have to ask yourself, though, is whether, regardless of whether COVID-19 was in the community, would I go to the hospital or the emergency room anyway because I'm that sick? If the answer is yes, then you should come to the hospital or call your doctor simply because you are sick and you need care. But if the answer is that you don't feel sick enough to need attention, you should manage your illness at home. Now, if it's COVID-19, you should expect a fever, expect body aches, expect a cough. I'm not saying not to get care if you can't manage, but if your illness is mild, stay home.
Yeah, so who really does need to be tested then, Doc?
Yeah, very fair question. And I think here are some of the key priorities for testing at this point. Hospitalized patients, because it helps us make decisions about infection control. Any older people and people with chronic medical problems who have compatible symptoms, they're also a priority. And healthcare workers are a priority because if we develop COVID-19, we can't care for patients. Now, obviously, there's some other discretion involved here, but the bottom line is not everyone needs to be nor will be tested.
Yeah. All right, Doc, we continue, of course, to turn to your expertise time and again, because he's one of the medical professionals on the front lines of this battle, used to these kind of stressful situations, even though this one is kind of out of the box, and most have never experienced anything exactly like this.
Yeah, stressful indeed, I'm sure. One local nurse is sharing her biggest concerns with our Sean Lay. And Sean, she's actually been caring for a coronavirus patient.
She is on the front lines of this now each and every day, looking at this in the face because she is caring for one coronavirus patient. She has another patient in quarantine under her care, showing all the symptoms, waiting for her test results to come back. She's balancing this with home life, with her child home from school. She says one big thing has become clear. She needs help. She needs more staffing.
I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going in.
Kanisa Barkai is an RN at Sinai Grace Hospital, and she says it's important to speak out to Local 4 tonight.
right now, I mean, it's scary. It's so scary because we don't know what's going on. We don't know if we've already been exposed, you know, even in the previous weeks. We don't know if we're doing enough to keep ourselves protected.
She says she has one coronavirus patient under her direct care and another whose coronavirus test is pending, and she says she's exhausted.
My gloves, my hair cover, my mask.
She gears up from head to toe to protect herself when visiting one coronavirus patient, but then she also has other non-coronavirus patients to see, a potential problem that she says could put her other patients at risk.
You know, the same nurse that just gowned up next door 5 minutes ago from head to toe, praying that she's not going to be exposed herself, and then I'm going into your room. As a patient, I know I sure in the heck wouldn't want that.
She is worried about running out of protective gear. She is worried about more coronavirus cases overwhelming the hospital.
I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I'm a mom, I'm a parent, and then, you know, I want to keep myself safe. But at the same time, you know, I understand I'm a nurse, you know, and I did sign up for this.
We asked the DMC what they thought of the nurses' comments. They're telling us tonight, quote, the DMC has taken appropriate steps and we have trained professionals and the necessary equipment to react accordingly. We can safely and appropriately care for our patients with the necessary supplies and equipment. Barkey says she was reaching out to speak out today, again, really concerned about the protective gear and possibly running out of it, and also believes that they need more staffing at her hospital. She also says, guys, in seeing this up close each and every day, the message she says to people watching at home right now, she wants people to wash their hands. I know we're hearing that, but she says wash your hands, stay home if you can, because she says she doesn't want to see more cases come in overwhelming their facility.
Can't say it enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks.
It's become the new take care, wash your hands. In a move many workers had begun to call for loudly, Detroit's automakers made the decision to shut down all of their North American plants. They will be closed until March 30th so the facilities can be cleaned and sanitized. Rod Maloney live at FCA's Warren truck plant. Rod, workers you've been talking to seemed ready to stay home regardless.
Oh, they've been ready to stay home for a week, Devin. I mean, it's a situation where the auto workers have been angry. A lot of them have been calling in sick. They've been lobbying hard for this. The union lobbied hard for this. The car companies were reluctant to do so for a number of reasons. They want to keep moving. Excuse me. They want to be able to keep the plants running, and they also have a situation where they want to make sure that the suppliers stay in business, because shutting down is a huge problem on a national scale when it comes to the economy. But today, we had a Ford worker test positive for the coronavirus, and we had other problems where other people got sick in a plant. People didn't want to clean it up, and there was a lot of anxiety on the plant floor. And so it became obvious for the domestic three that they had to close the plants, and that's exactly what they've done. So let's hear from some of the line workers here at Warren Truck Assembly here in Warren.
Our plant is going down anyway next week. It's going to be down for a few months. So they should have just shut down 2 weeks ago. It's all about money and greed. They want to get that last truck off the line for what? At what expense? Is everybody's health?
We don't need to be here. Period. I don't want anybody else to die. We else be even sick. I'm glad they made the decision, because we're out of control, and it's something new for America.
And so Honda went and closed down a number of its plants early this morning, too. So the auto industry closing down for the coronavirus. Reporting live in Warren, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
You got it. All right, Rod.
Well, one question we've been hearing a lot: if schools are closed, shouldn't daycares also shut down? Well, some people who run local daycares are answering that question themselves, deciding to shut down without being ordered to do so by the state. Larry Spruill live with an example of that difficult decision. Larry.
Well, Kimberly, daycares across the state are closing its doors because of the coronavirus. One of the most recent ones is just right across the street. The Child Time Daycare Center here in Chesterfield Township tells me that a child recently tested positive for the coronavirus, and so they are shutting its doors for safety measures. Meanwhile, a local at-home daycare center is also doing the same thing. She tells me that was a tough decision. Wednesday afternoon, this Chesterfield Township location of the popular Child Time Preschool is closed. School leaders sent me this statement. It says, in part, We've been made aware that a child at our school has received an assumed positive diagnosis for COVID-19. We are partnering with the health department in order to prevent the further spread of this illness. Now, the statement continues, nothing's more important to us than the health and safety of our children, employees, and school families. That's why they're closing their doors. At-home daycare centers like Dream Care Daycare are following suit.
So this is where they learn.
I talked to Zara Kanine with Dream Care Daycare via FaceTime Wednesday. She's also shutting her doors on Friday in order to do her part when it comes to not spreading the coronavirus.
This is a virus we know nothing of. This is shutting down the United States, the country, and this is supposed to be taken seriously.
Kanine tells me she cleans her center daily, multiple times a day.
You know, Laura makes you use a bleach solution.
She has a small group of little ones, but she takes care of each of them like they were her own, which is why making the decision to close, even for a little while, is hard.
For me as a mother and a wife, you know, I want to look after my own family. I'm concerned for my family. I'm concerned for the kids that I take care of.
And so the center says they will be closed for the next 14 days or so. They're asking any parent, students, or anybody who's been inside this building to get tested and self-quarantine themselves. We're live in Chesterfield Township tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Okay, Larry. Michiganders are seeing the price of essential products run even higher.
Attorney General Dana Nessel is cracking down on price gougers taking advantage of this pandemic. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live. Hank, she's going after businesses both big and small here.
Absolutely. I mean, no longer are we just talking about some freak in their basement charging 10 times the amount for hand sanitizer. We're talking about big name retailers, big box stores like Menards, for example, trying to take advantage of consumers. And the Attorney General telling me today she is not having it. Price gouging is a huge problem right now, and Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel putting out the warning. If you're a scammer trying to take advantage of people during these difficult times, the consequences could be severe.
We're talking about face masks and hand sanitizer and bleach and other kinds of products that people need so that they're not transmitting the virus.
Just yesterday, a big box retailer, a trusted brand, Menards, accused of inflating prices of products that some are desperate to get during the crisis.
Now, under the new executive order promulgated by Governor Whitmer, it's a crime. This is an illegal activity, and people need to make certain that they are paying attention to the law. So we contact them, we let them know what you're doing is illegal, and you need to stop it immediately.
But it's not just well-known big stores. Obviously, scammers are out there online. They're charging outrageous prices for everything from hand sanitizer to toilet paper.
Of all the inflated products I saw yesterday on the intake line, over and over again, toilet paper. People are breaking up, a 36 roll bag and selling one roll of toilet paper in some instances for $8. It was insane.
Back out here live, insane and outrageous. If these retailers are in fact busted, there are implications, criminal misdemeanors, and also the possibility of having to pay back the consumers they've ripped off. We're live here in News Center. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
All right, Hank.
Well, you see Hank out there with the umbrella. An evening of wet weather is well underway. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, just rain tonight, but as we get into tomorrow, not only rain, but thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong. We'll look at our potential for our first severe weather episode of the season coming up next.
While most of you are staying in, that means not very many people out in stores. So we went to a few to talk to the owners about how they're getting creative to keep business moving.